Okay, this will be video 3 for court evidence. My statement to Vasquez that night. Now, understanding, I am in my 60s. I know I'm much prettier than that, but that's a reality. Okay, this incident took place at after 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, I had heard Carl pull in, I'm guessing an hour before, and he had another black individual with him. I heard them outside talking. And so, due to his threats that I had been receiving for 2 days, he had said he was going to beat my, I will say, buttocks down. He was going to level me, all these things. And also, he was going to kick me out of a house that my lease had been paid to Merle Mays. So in this 1 month standing, Carlton is only a tenant, the same as me. The discussions are taking place for Carl to leave with me and Merle. Okay, so now I've stated what I've told you. This is what I've told Vasquez. I told Vasquez that day I had completed, so I had triple locks in that back area due to Carlton's threats. I told Vasquez that Carlton had grabbed me up, and I was telling Vasquez he was on something. He is not that strong. Because due to me being asleep and falling, and him holding me on my neck and wherever, but I'm trying to get up, but I'm really thinking it's a dream. I don't think it's real. But where he had kicked the door in, the door is leaned out like this, and with me sliding and continually getting my footing, somehow I had wound up on top of that door, and when I stood up, well, my head's almost to the ceiling, because it's literally at an angle like this, okay? So I'm up high, but I don't know it because I'm asleep. Well, when I fell off the door, which I didn't know that I fell off, I just know that we both fell and wound up on the floor. And that's where Carlton was choking me out. Now, I also stated to Wooten that during that time, I was blocking Carlton's arm and did not know how the heck he was still hitting me, but he was still hitting me. Well, the hammer marks are in my back. So he had the hammer in his hand. But see, I was blocking to keep, I'm only thinking fist. I'm asleep. So we're on the floor, and while we're on the floor, it was incomprehensible to me. I see my hammer just coming from the sky. Well, that makes no sense because I don't know. I'm asleep. I don't know I'm being beat with a hammer at that time, okay, while this is taking place. So this is what I tell Vasquez, and that when I tell myself, I know I saw my hammer, I feel for it. Well, I pick it up. I swing it one time to hit because Carlton's choking me. So I've got to get his hand off my throat. So I hit him in the arm. Well, it's turned claw-side, and it only went through the flesh. It didn't go in the muscle. But it went in his arm. And then I grabbed his arm, and I was telling him to hold still. The hammer is stuck in his arm. Now, he was on something, but not for the strength I had been deceived about. Okay, Vasquez deletes what I said, but in his statements says that I picked the hammer up off the refrigerator because I identified I was laying against the refrigerator. Till later in the night, I said, no, we were in the hall. The refrigerator is brown. But again, with waking up and with what, I just saw while my head was pressed down, all I could see right here was brown. That was my partition. That was the wall. So I misidentified that. I misidentified that it was even Carlton because there were two black people, but Carlton wears a hairpiece. He didn't have it on. It made his head, to me, with no lights on and a black man, it made and the light down the hall, it made his head appear deformed. And Carlton had shaved more than he standardly does. Okay, that's video 3. 4 has more information.